Trabajo en el área contable.
What are your hobbies?
Me gusta mucho hacer deporte, salir a caminar, me gusta el cine y compartir en familia.
What kind of movies do you like?
Me gustan las películas de acción y las películas también, la comedia.
Are you family oriented?
Sí, mucho. Comparto mucho en familia, es lo que más hago.
Would you be willing to have children?
Tengo un hijo, tiene 14 años. Sería una posibilidad más adelante si tengo una buena pareja con la que me entienda y también desee tener hijos, sería una posibilidad. Uno más.
Do you like to cook? What is your favorite food?
Sí lo hago muy a menudo, no por el tiempo, pero cuando tengo tiempo sí lo hago. Me gusta la comida italiana.
How would your ideal first date be?
Me gusta conocerte diferentes tipos de comida, entonces me gusta mucho conocer restaurantes, visitar lugares nuevos para mí.
Would you be willing to live abroad with a gentleman?
Sí, estaría dispuesta.
What are you looking for in the agency?
Bueno, en la agencia, pues obviamente busco un compañero para mi vida, para formar un hogar, una familia y un hombre pues que me quiera y que obviamente yo también quiera.
What attracts you in a man?
Bueno, un hombre que sea respetuoso, cariñoso, que sea honesto y pues principalmente que sea un hombre que tenga principios y que me quiera. El amor que exista es.
How do you show love?
Bueno, todo se va dando a medida que se comparte con esa persona. Todo va naciendo de forma espontánea. Entonces, pues como te digo, yo soy una persona muy familiar, que me gusta mucho compartir en familia. Si tengo mi pareja, pues estar tiempo con esa persona, dedicarle como todos esos espacios que se merece.
Where would you have a vacation with your partner?
Bueno, quiero conocer Dubái. Quiero conocer Dubái. Pues tengo una experiencia con una amiga que viajó y pues que he visto también, pues el lugar es hermoso y pues la cultura me gustaría conocerla.
What are those non-negotiables?
No negociables, la falta de respeto. La falta de respeto no se negocia, pues ya. Y la desconfianza, cuando ya se termina la confianza, ya no se puede negociar.
How to conquer your heart?
Un hombre tierno, comprensivo, amoroso, detallista, respetuoso, honesto. De esa manera esa persona va ganándose mi corazón poco a poco. Bueno, los invito a que se contacten conmigo si están interesados. Los espero acá en la ciudad de Medellín para que vengan, conozcan la ciudad. De igual manera me conocen a mí, por supuesto.
Really beautiful girls. So I hope that you stay tuned with us the whole night so you can know more about us, about the girls that are here. And also, we are going to speak a little bit about what is coming next. You know that this week we have something very, very special, and it's our social event in Barranquilla City. So I'm going to be there and join you guys, the ones that are going to the tour, to help you in everything. And I hope that we have a great time in Barranquilla. As always, I think that you have to enjoy the experience. You have to live yourself, live completely the whole experience without worry too much about the fact to find or know somebody. Of course, the idea why you are here with us is because you want to find that special person. But don't stress yourself with that. remember, if you have if you are stressed, if you are a little bit anxious, that kind of things sometimes are very, very notorious. So please try to relax yourself and enjoy the moment, because remember, this is an opportunity to go around Barranquilla, to meet a lot of places, to meet a lot of beautiful Colombian girls. And you have to be very excited of the fact that you are coming to Colombia and that you are going to live this experience for your own. So remember, guys, keep your mind open, because this is the most important thing. Keep your mind open and be willing to date with the girls, to talk with the girls, with live the whole experience of this speed dating process. And again, guys, if you have questions during this Latin shop, please let me know, because the idea is that I can answer all those questions that you have, and I can help you during all this process as well. So, guys, for those ones that they don't know who I am, I'm Manuela. I'm the office manager here in Medellin. And for me, it's a pleasure to be here tonight with you, because it's very nice. After a couple of weeks that Maria was with you during this webcast, it's a pleasure to me and for me to be here again with you and help you to know more about the culture, Colombian culture, that yes, can be a little bit similar to American culture in some things, but remember, guys, it's a different thing. We are Latinos, and as Latinos, we have a certain kind of things that maybe as Americans or maybe as foreigners, you don't have. So you have to be willing to know a little bit more about our culture, about the way that the girls wants to be conquered. And also, maybe you have questions about how is the process with us, what kind of plan I can take, what is going to be better for me. You can read us to the number and the email that you can see in the screen, and you can ask us directly what are your questions. If you have something very specific and you want more information, you can read us through email, or why not, you can read here in the webcast, and also I can answer all the questions tonight. So remember, this is a space for you, a special space that we open for you guys, where we want to share more about all these trip that for you guys is coming to Colombia, is meeting all these beautiful girls, is going around the cities, around the country sometimes. So for us, it's very, very special to show you a little bit of this experience that some clients they already had, and maybe why not, maybe you are the next one that is going to come to Colombia and is going to get in love of this beautiful country. Remember, guys, our next Latin social, or next social is going to be this week, and I'm very, very excited, because it's a shame it's going to be the last one this year for Barranquilla. But I have great news for you guys, because a lot of guys are very excited to go more often to Barranquilla, and we are seeing more and more clients that are taking the decision to go to this beautiful city. So for the next year, we're open one more date for the social. So the next year, the idea is that we are going to have 3 socials in Barranquilla. So this one is going to be the last social for this year in Barranquilla. But next year, we are coming with 3 more socials, and we are very, very excited, guys, to share this with you. And remember, the idea is that you book everything with time in advance, because when you do everything with time in advance, you're going to be able to send us your hot list of girls, to send us information of the people that you want to meet. For example, also maybe if you have questions about what is going to, what can be nice to do there, or some suggestions, we are going to be able to give you more information and helping you to get ready with time in advance. So remember, guys, I think that maybe in the next month, I don't know, next month, maybe in October, we are going to start to put the dates for the next year in Latin America, in Colombia. And please trying to see all these dates and stay tuned with us, so we can also let you know what are going to be the dates for the next social next year. And remember, guys, like I say, we are very happy because this is going to be one very special social in Barranquilla because it's going to be the last one this year. But also, we are very happy to announce that we are going to have more socials, one more social in Barranquilla next year for those ones that maybe they didn't have the opportunity to travel this time because of the work, because the vacation doesn't fit during this time of the year. So next year, maybe you are going to be able to book your tour with us. Remember, guys, for those ones that are very interested, maybe you can ask for the only social. The only social, usually we only open spots if maybe there are cancellation or yes, usually is when there are like a cancellation with some clients that maybe he cannot make it because of work or because other different kind of situations. So I think that for Barranquilla, for those ones that maybe are here in Colombia for this time, maybe we can have like one spot available for only social. Only social is not the whole tour, so doesn't include everything that the whole tour includes, but you are going to be able to participate. Of course, usually we only can open this spot if there is a cancellation. So right now, maybe there is someone that is here in Colombia and want to join Barranquilla tour. You can keep in touch with us. We are going to let you know if maybe you can have the opportunity to join this last tour in Barranquilla. Guys, remember there are a lot of plenty of things to do there. Barranquilla has a lot of beautiful things to offer. And also one of the most important is like we have one of the biggest carnivals there. The biggest ones around the world. So you are going to see that Barranquilla is a very cultural city. We have really, really good artists that they born and raised in Barranquilla, as Shakira, for example, that maybe some of you know her. And Barranquilla is like that. Barranquilla is happiness, Barranquilla is party, Barranquilla is dance. Barranquilla is a space where you are going to feel all that Latin vibe there. So remember, guys, that the tour is going to start tomorrow. So I think that tomorrow I'm going to be there in Barranquilla with you. And the tour, the social nights is going to be Friday and Saturday, the 11th and the 12th. And during the rest of the days, we are going to have plenty of activities that hopefully we are going to show during the next Latin show, where you are going to be able to see a little bit more about what we do there in Barranquilla. And if you want, why not? Maybe join us in the next social that we are going to have next year. So guys, again, thank you so much for enjoying this webcast tonight, for being here, for show us that you really value this space. And that made me very, very happy because I'm seeing more and more clients that when they show up to the office, they say, oh, I recognize you for the social, for the webcast. And I say like, oh, thank you so much. That made me feel good because I know that we are being able to give information to more and more people. So that is one of the best things that we can offer to you guys. And also, like I say, we have a couple of interviews, a couple of beautiful girls that we want to show you. And we are going to start with Ron and Laura. That was one of the dates that we have in our last tour here in Medellin. And we want to show you a little bit of what was them experience with us here in Medellin.
And today we are doing the city tour, and I'm with Ron and also with Laura. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with us and tell us a little bit about your experience so far. Ron, tell us a little bit about the night that you have the opportunity to experience last night, and how was everything for you?
Okay, well, the night it was great. I mean, it was the social, it was a lot of fun. It was a little crazy. I didn't know what to expect. So everything was like, it was like so fast. It went so fast, but it was a good time. I met a lot of people, a lot of girls, and it was really a good time. And even after I went out, You know, you meet the people, and then they go out right afterwards, which is great. So it's like the time goes by really fast, though.
And I want to know around how many girls you have the opportunity to met yesterday.
We met, let's say, about 100. It was like 20 tables, 5 girls each, around about. Yeah, so there were lots of girls.
Beautiful girls?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now you are with one, right?
Yeah, this is only one of the, yeah.
That is great. And what do you think about the city tour so far? Do you like Medellin? This is your first time in Medellin?
No, I've been to Medellin before, so I knew the area, which was good. But it's always nice to come back here because I love the weather, the views.
And also, I noticed something. You speak Spanish, right?
I speak a little Spanish. Yeah, yo hablo un poco español, pero muy despacio.
But that helps you a lot, I guess, right?
Yes, it's a lot easier. I like it because I don't like using a translator because it interferes with your date.
Okay. Sometimes that helps, but
sometimes if you don't know, but it's better to, and you learn more Spanish that way.
That's true. That's true. You can improve your Spanish like that. I'm going to ask Laura right now. Laura, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, usted.
Muy bien, gracias. Laura, ¿cómo fue el evento de anoche? ¿Cómo te sentiste?
Muy bien, fue muy acogedor. Me gustó mucho compartir lo de las culturas y eso, y los señores son muy educados.
Y ese fue tu primer evento, ¿cierto? El que participas.
Sí.
Y bueno, ¿y quién te llevó al evento? ¿Cómo llegaste a nosotros?
Por mi tía y por mi prima, ellas habían ido al evento y me invitaron.
Ah, bueno, yo tengo entendido, si no estoy mal, que tu tía está saliendo ya con alguien que conoció en la agencia, ¿cierto?
Sí, mi tía se casó hace poco con William y se ven muy, muy felices.
Y eso fue lo que te animó a venir acá a la agencia y decir, bueno, yo voy a probar mi suerte también, a ver cómo me va.
Sí, sí.
Qué bueno, Laura, y bueno, me alegra mucho que te diste la oportunidad de conocer a Ron, de que pues puedas salir, conocer personas, y esa es la idea de todo esto también, como el poder conocer y darte la oportunidad de mirar a ver si también va a pasar algo más allá o no.
Sí, muy cierto.
Bueno, muchas gracias por acompañarnos el día de hoy. Thank you so much, Ronald, for being here today, and I hope that you have an amazing trip.
Thank you. Yeah, still more to come.
Muchas gracias, Laura.
Gracias.
Okay, guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this interview with Ron, and also was very nice to be able to meet him because, like you guys, he was one of the people that sometimes join us doing this webcast. And he took the decision to came to Colombia, and was very nice because he really want to spend, and he really he was one of those persons that he knows what he was looking. So in then he's still seeing what is going to happen in the future with these girls that he already met here in Medellin. But again, guys, one very important thing is like be always open and be willing to know that maybe sometimes it's not going to happen in the first date, that maybe even like in the second date. You have to be open to live the moment, to date with the girls and see what can happen. I know plenty of histories, and with the time I'm realizing that it's more and more of clients that we introduce with a lot of girls, and in the end of the time that they was here in Colombia or in whatever city, in this specific moment I'm talking about Medellin, he was not able, for example, to really set it up like a connection with the girls. But when he returned, he keep in touch with a couple of girls as a friend. And in some moment, that person was able to really have chemistry and connection with one of the girls that he already was keeping in touch. Also, I know other guy that he is a little bit more recent, and he went in a Latin club of 7 dates, and he was dating with a lot of girls, beautiful girls. And I remember that he was dating with one in a specific that he was not very excited about her. But in one moment, he started to like keep in touch with her, and he started to realize that she was paying a lot of attention to him, and they started to date more and more during the time that he was here in Medellin. And in one moment, they show with us that they are having a relationship. So that is why I always say to you guys, don't close the doors. Keep the doors open because you never know what can happen. And sometimes that person that maybe doesn't look very interested for you at first moment maybe is going to be very interested for you with the time, because sometimes you need to really set it up connections with the time. Sometimes it's not like magic. Sometimes it's not like you feel that butterflies in the first date. Sometimes, most of the times when the relationships are very, very serious and are long-term relationships, you don't feel that butterflies. That is like a decision that you take because you know that that person is going to be good for you. You like that person and you enjoy that company. And it's not like you need that person in your life. It's that you want that person in your life. So that makes a certain kind of difference sometimes. And I feel that the most long-term relationships that I see in the past years are being that ones that take a little bit more of time. That ones that they don't rush nothing and they give themselves the time to know each other better. So this is a kind of advice that I hope that maybe some of you take. Of course, that doesn't mean that everything works in the same form, in the same way. But most of the times, for experience, I know that you have to give yourself a little bit of time to really know that person. And when you take decisions, like when you feel that you have to rush in time because you are going to come back to your country or whatever, there is when maybe you're not going to be able to take the correct decisions for you. Also, I'm a kind of psychologist, so if you need me and you need some advices, guys, just let me know because we are here for helping. We are here to listen to you and to trying to see who can be the best fit for you. So always, whatever that we say to you, always is going to be with a lot of love. And I hope that you guys take that with that love that we say the things, because we didn't say something to be irrespectful, of course, or to be rude with you, but we like to be honest and sincere. And sometimes, guys, you need a lot of honesty because it's nice when someone tell you what you can expect about certain kind of situations. And I'm starting to see a lot of questions. I'm going to start to answer maybe some of them before to speak a little bit about the next topic that I have for you tonight, guys. And I'm going to start here from Gregson. He say, love to see you, Manuela, looking beautiful. Thank you so much. God bless you. And God bless you too, Gregson. Thank you so much for being here tonight with me. And thank you for your beautiful words as well. Okay, John Lee is saying she's correct. Be yourself, be in the moment, and have fun. And John, let me know, how was everything in Barranquilla? Because if I don't remember bad, you told us that you are going to be there in Barranquilla. So tell us, how was your experience there? You say, I will be in Medellin tomorrow. I might visit the agency to say hello. Oh, John, we are playing a game because you are coming to Medellin and I'm going to leave to Barranquilla. That is not fair, but I hope to see you very, very soon. I'm going to be back in Medellin next Thursday at the office. I'm going to be there. So I hope that you are going to be here for that time. And I am going to be able to say hello. And if not, one of my coworkers, Linda, is going to be there. And for those ones that they don't know her, she is really nice. She's working with us like, I think that already like 2 months ago. But she looks like she's been working with us for like more time. Like she is going to really take care of you. So everything is going to be fine. Okay, organic chocolate. I already know who you are. I already have a face to put on you. And he said, my girlfriend is encouraging me to relocate. I have question coming first house tonight on this matter. Of course, and organic also in Barranquilla, I don't know, but for example, sometimes the managers, they know people that works in real estate, friends or cousins or somebody. So if you need maybe some recommendation, you can ask to Claudia in Barranquilla if she has someone that she can recommend to you to show you places where you can rent or even buy there in Barranquilla. And they can give you a better advice about what is the best area so you can have a new place in Colombia. Because I know that you find a beautiful Barranquillan girl here in Colombia. And guys, see, this is real, this happened. And with organic, we have a great testimony, because I remember that he was reading to us, and I think that was like 3 weeks ago that I had the Latin show, and you mentioned that you are going to came to Colombia and everything. And a couple days later, I find out that you are dating with a beautiful Colombian girl. So that is great. I'm glad. And we are going to have our social very soon in Barranquilla. So this is something for you guys that want to come to Barranquilla, to see that the girls in Barranquilla are very, very nice. That in Barranquilla, you are going to be able to find a beautiful Colombian girl, like Organic was able to find his beautiful Barranquillan girl. Okay, I see what else I have here. Okay, Organic is mentioned, are there any legal or logistical issues related to working remotely from Colombia as a foreign national? And for what I know, Organic, because I'm not an expert in this topic, is like no. Like, of course, you have to say to make your taxes, where is the place where you are located? So, for example, if you are having an income here in Colombia, that is, of course, a high income, maybe you are going to have, maybe you are going to start to pay taxes here in Colombia. But I guess, like, if you are working remotely, that allow you to work any part around the world, and you don't have to pay any taxes and anything, because in the end, I guess that the money is going to go straight to your bank account in your national bank, I guess, in United States. So you don't have to report anything here in Colombia. But if you start to buy properties, or if you start to if you start a company here in Colombia, of course, in that kind of situations, is going to be different. Or if also like a Colombian company hire you, that is a different situation. But if you are working for an American or other company in Europe or whatever, and they are paying you through a specific bank in United States, you don't have to report anything here in Colombia. But also something that maybe, sorry for the noise, but something that maybe is important for you to know is that in Colombia, as a foreigner, you are allowed to stay 90 days in total in Colombia. So if you stand for only one more day, you have to pay like a kind of ticket for that. And also, maybe they are going to be able to report you and to deny you the permission to come to Colombia again, or at least in the next months. So with that kind of situations, you have to pay a lot of attention, because I'm sure that you don't want to have any of these situations. But also here in Colombia, we have lawyers that are going to help you with all these visa, because sometimes you need a specific visa to stay a little bit longer here in Colombia. And for what I know, that visa is not difficult to get. So it's not going to be a problem. Okay. How is the healthcare system in Barranquilla, and what are the medical facilities like? Okay, Organic, the healthcare in Barranquilla works in a different way for you than for the Colombians, because in that kind of case, you have to pay a specific insurance that is for foreigners, because you are not a Colombian citizen. So maybe this insurance is going to be a little bit more expensive for you. So my recommendation to you is, like, when you're coming to Colombia, you pay a specific insurance for in case that something happened to you. Because again, if you get sick, and I hope that doesn't happen to you, and you have to go to the hospital and you have to stay there, and remember that a stay at the hospital is one of the most expensive hotels that you can get. So even if it's Barranquilla or whatever city in Colombia, it's going to be expensive. So if you can prevent these kind of things, buy an insurance for the amount of days that you are going to stay here in Barranquilla, in Barranquilla. And also there are specific like companies that they have a specific insurance for people that is not Colombian. So you also can search for this. I have a couple of numbers of people that works with this insurance in case that you need it. And the company is in Colombia, is in whole Colombia. Again, this insurance is not cheap for people that is not a Colombian citizen. Usually it's a little bit expensive. But the healthcare in Barranquilla, if you have a good insurance, I think that is going to be great. You are not going to have any problem with nothing. We have really good doctors in Barranquilla. And also, Barranquilla is very knowledge for them plastic surgeons. So they have really good plastic surgeons, but I'm sure that that is not your question, but we have good doctors there. So you are not going to have any problem. But of course, you have to look for that specific insurance, because if, for example, you got sick and you are not paying for nothing, it's going to be expensive one. And also, if maybe you don't want to pay for something expensive, you are not going to be able to have the best quality in service. I guess that can be also very similar than in your country. Okay, Organic is also asking what type of visa or legal documentation will he need to live in Barranquilla as a remote worker. So Organic, I don't know if you want, read me in the next days through my email, and I will search this for you, because I already know a couple of clients that they are living here and they have a specific visa, but I don't know what is the name of this specific visa. So if you want, I'm going to search for that information because I don't have it with me right now. But yes, you can work remotely. It's not going to be any problem. I know that a lot of people that I know that they are foreigners, they work with Colombian companies, or these companies that are from other countries, they make a special permission for them. So that make everything easier for them. But for you, it's like, I know that there is like a specific kind of visas. And you only have to have certain papers, and that's it. And again, Organic, about the tax, and about yes, about the tax and everything. Maybe you are going to be able to need a special lawyer or a special accountant that help you with this situation. Why? Because like I say, remotely, you can work here, and if your bank is not here in Colombia, it's not going to be any problem, because in the end, the money that you are getting is not from Colombia, and you are spending in Colombia, yes, but you are not having that money from here, from this country. But I don't know the amount of money that we are talking about, so I don't know if maybe there are certain kind of number of income, maybe the tax can be different. If maybe there are a client here or a person that is living in Colombia and have answers for Organic, that will be great. Okay, Squishy is saying, do I need visa if I get married to a Colombian lady? No, Squishy, if you get married with a Colombian girl, you are going to be able to apply for the citizen, like a Colombian girl with you. She is going to have that permission if she start with all the document process, like with all the legal process. So once you get married with a Colombian girl, you are going to be able to start the process to become a citizen. John Lee, I will be at the Dan Carton Hotel. Do you like the hotel? I love that hotel, and it's very, very, very close to our office. So it's a shame that I'm not going to be there. But of course, I hope to see you very, very soon, John. And I'm very sad that I'm not going to be able to see you. But okay, I have to go to Barranquilla and see other people that I'm very happy to see there as well. And let me see, guys, because we have also a couple of things that I want to discuss with you. And it's because we are seeing more and more that these kind of advices are very helpful for some of you. So tonight, we are going to talk a little bit about how to get better interactions on the speed dating. Because like you know, our social is coming very, very soon. Tomorrow, we are going to start in Barranquilla. So we bring to you guys tonight a couple of things that is very important that you keep in mind. And the first tip is like, you have to be confident in yourself. You have to have that confidence in yourself. Why? Because when you're insecure of yourself, believe me, people notice that kind of things. When you are anxious, people notice that kind of things. And people doesn't like to have an anxious a person that is not confident in their lives. So when you're like sure of what you have to offer, what you are, you're going to show that confidence to the ladies, and believe me, they are going to see it and they are going to love it. So always be positive of yourself. And of course, like everybody, sometimes we have certain kind of things that we don't feel very secure about, but don't show that in your first date. Of course, in the moment that you are going to date more and more, the people is going to figure it out certain kind of things that you have, because we are not perfect, of course. We are humans, but in the first date, it's very important that you feel confidence, that you feel comfortable with yourself. And not overconfidence, because that is also can be a little bit annoying. Like, don't take nothing to the extreme. Even if it's a good thing, a good quality, don't take everything to the extreme, because also people that have overconfidence can be a little bit too much. So feel good with yourself and show that to the girl, and show to the girl that you don't need her. You want her in your life, yes, that will be great, but you don't need her for be happy. Other thing that is very important is prepare yourself with a little bit of time in advance. Why? Because when you know that you have dates, sometimes it's nice to a little bit think in the place that maybe you want to take her, or maybe if have a couple of options in case that the girl say that, oh, I love Italian food, and maybe I already know, like, okay, I know this Italian restaurant. Even if you are not from here, from Colombia, it's nice that you make your search. Oh, I saw that these restaurants are very good, and let's go there, and show her that you are one step in front of her. So that is very important, and we also appreciate that, because as a girl, sometimes we are like, oh, when you ask, oh, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And we say like, oh, I don't know. And you say like, oh my God, so who knows? And sometimes it's not because the girl doesn't know, it's because the girl doesn't want to be very ambitious and say like, okay, I want to go to this place and this restaurant, because the girl maybe can be worried about the fact that you are going to think like, okay, she wants to bring me to the most expensive place, or she don't know how much money you want to spend in the date. So sometimes it's very nice when you talk that first step. Like I say in the beginning, have a positive attitude. Be friendly with the person, show you as a genuine person, and shows really interest in the person that you are meeting. And don't try to be over positive again, but show her that you're happy, that you are living life, that you're enjoying your life. And for sure, don't complain about anything. Like, don't complain about exes. That is going to be a really terrible thing to do. Don't speak about your ex in the first date. Even if it was a very traumatizing situation, don't speak about that situation. We don't want to know about your ex in the first date. And like I say, be positive about everything. Also be willing to listen everything that the girls say. For example, if they say something about, if it's one of the girls that you really like and they say something about they like horses, like, or the girls are saying something about that they like animals. Talk about that. Talk about, oh, what important is animals, who has animals in this table, and start to put the conversation a little bit around what they are saying and not only about your interest. Guys, it's very nice. I'm seeing a lot of questions tonight. So that is great. I love to hear everything that you say. And I hope I'm going to be able to answer. Organic, you are making me a little bit like rough questions, because a lot of those questions I have to ask, and I don't want to give you wrong information. So of course, I'm going to keep a couple of these things in mind, so I can send you a couple of answers to you and ask to other clients and people that I know that is living here in Colombia, and they are foreigners, how they do it, okay? Also, guys, we are going to say more tips in case that for you some of these tips are very, very helpful. And other one of the tips is like have interested stories to tell, to say to the girls. And sometimes it's boring to go table by table and listen the same. So if you have something special to say to the ladies, or something that just happened to you at the airport that was funny or something, tell to them so you can break that ice and you can start an interesting conversation with them. This has to be also with have variety of topics. Don't speak about the same things. Trying to say something about the travel, the hobbies that they have. Also maybe the books. What was your last book? And tell me a little bit about that. Why do you like that book? That make everything also a little bit more fun for the girls and for you. And remember, guys, it's very important that you have that humor, because as a girls we love to laugh. As a Colombians we love to laugh even more. So make a couple of jokes, and if something, like I say, if something funny happened to you, say it to them. Tell them that history, and I'm sure that they are going to value that kind of thing. Be you, be authentic. Don't show yourself as a person that you are not. So show yourself as the person that you are. You don't have to force yourself to be a person that you are not. So trying to be just yourself, to enjoy the moment, to look relaxed. And like I say, you have to have fun in this process. This is not something that you have to feel like homework. This is something that you have to feel as something that you have to enjoy, that you have to live, and something that is going to bring something new for you, and that you are going to learn, that you are going to be able to find that special person. And if not, you are going to really enjoy the whole experience of dating. More tips that I have is like, don't be quick to judge. This is very important, because this has to be with the history that I was telling you about the client that he just came this week to the office, and he's dating one of the girls that he was not very sure about her in the beginning. And it's because don't judge, we say something, and I guess that in some countries you have the same. It's like, don't judge a book because of how the book looks, how the book looks. Take the time to read the book and see if you like what the book says to you. So this is the same with the girls. Don't judge for the first impression. Take the time to see the girl, to know the girl. And like I always say, don't close open. Keep the doors open always, because you never know what can happen. And also this has to be with keep an open mind. Don't say no to the girls. Maybe that girl that was not the first girl that you have in your hot list, maybe that can be the girl that you're going to end up. So give yourself the possibility to know all the girls, and believe me, you're going to have great surprises, because most of them has a great and big heart. So guys, tell me if you like these advices, because it's very important that we bring to you tips that maybe you can keep in mind. some of you ask me all the time, oh, what tip you can give me? So I'm giving you tips. Don't say like no. Don't say that I don't prepare yourself for the social. And also, something that is very important is like say goodbye in a friendly way. Even if you have to move to the next table, don't say like, okay, bye, I don't care. Say like, thank you girls for your time. It was a pleasure to meet you. All of you girls was very charming, and I hope to see some of you in the future, or I hope to know more about some of you in the future. So be friendly and show that kind of respect for the girls, even to say goodbye to them. And of course, one of the most important things that you have to keep in mind is that if you like one of the girls, and if you want no, a couple of the girls, because I hope that in a social, you're going to be able to find more than one girl that you like. And that is the idea, because like I always say, keep doors open. Don't close yourself in the first moment with only one girl. I always say that to the guys, some of you that don't listen. And of course, we cannot force anybody to do something that they don't want. But my recommendation to you is like, have a couple of dates. Give yourself the opportunity to go in a couple of dates and see if what the person that you are dating is the correct person for you. So after the social, follow the girls and keep in touch with them, so you can really make strong connections with the girls. And remember, guys, that speed dating success is not only about find a partner. Of course, this is something very important about the process, but also it's about meeting different people and be able to have a big circle of friendships. Like in the future, you don't know if one of the girls that was in that table that right now is your friend can introduce you with someone in the future. So seeing it like this, because you don't know if maybe in some point this person that becomes your Colombian friend is going to introduce you in the future with a beautiful cousin or with her beautiful friend. So always keep the doors open, and that is why I say it to you. Because if you have Colombian friends and you already know that you like, for example, Barranquilla and Barranquillan girls, so keep in touch with a couple of them, even if it's not your match, even if it's not the girl that you want to date, be friendly with them and keep a couple of friends so they can introduce you maybe with more girls in the future, right? So guys, I hope that you enjoyed these short advices that we have for you tonight. Because for us it's very important to show you a couple of things that you have to remember that are important, and sometimes maybe you can forget during the whole process. And like I was saying, we have really nice surprises for you, and we have a couple of interviews. We want one with Paulina Geraldine. Paulina, her ID is the 215252, and Geraldine is 215233. So I hope that you enjoyed this interview, guys.
Hola, soy Paulina, soy de Medellín y tengo 33 años. Soy micropigmentadora y me dedico al área de la belleza.
What are your hobbies?
Me gusta el cine, comer, bailar.
Would you be willing to have children?
No, tengo dos hijos, uno de 12 y 10 años.
What are you looking for in the agency?
Quiero encontrar a alguien con quien pueda construir mi vida, un futuro juntos, con quien pueda compartir una vida juntos.
What attracts you in a man?
Un hombre seguro, espontáneo. Me gusta que sean chistosos, graciosos, que nos podamos reír, sea responsable, respetuoso, honesto.
How would you describe yourself?
Soy una persona cariñosa, sociable, alegre, me gusta mucho compartir, hablar mucho, disfrutar, pasear.
How would your ideal first date be?
Bailando, me gusta mucho bailar, salir a comer, a bailar, hablar de cosas serias, importantes y también podernos reír y disfrutar.
Do you like to cook? What is your favorite food?
Sí, también las pastas y la comida de mar.
Where would you have a vacation with your partner?
Ay, mucho. Me gustaría ir a Dubái, a París, a Corea. Quiero conocer Corea, muchas partes. Me encanta la playa.
Do you have pets?
Sí, tengo un perro. Tiene 3 años.
What are those non-negotiables?
No me gustan las mentiras. El respeto, pues el maltrato. Yo creo que eso es lo demás. Se puede como conversar.
What do you expect from a partner?
Estabilidad emocional, estar tranquilo, una relación tranquila y sana es muy importante.
How do you show love?
Yo soy una mujer muy cariñosa, muy tierna. Me gusta reírme mucho, entonces sería muy, muy calzón, muy risueña.
Are you family-oriented?
Sí, me gusta, soy una mujer de casa, tengo mis hijos, me gusta cocinar, me gusta la tranquilidad, sí, me gusta la familia.
How to conquer your heart?
Siendo caballeroso, respetuoso. Un hombre respetuoso es primordial para mí. Les invito a que vengan a Medellín, a que conozcan Medellín, a conocerme, escríbanme. Quiero conocerlos, quiero saber de ustedes, estoy abierta a las posibilidades para que nos conozcamos, hablemos más y qué se puede dar entre nosotros. Chao.
Hola, mi nombre es Geraldine, vivo en la ciudad de Medellín, tengo 31 años. Soy profesional en administración financiera, no tengo hijos, soy una mujer soltera, sin hijos. Disfruto en mis tiempos libres de la naturaleza, de las películas, de todos esos planes como tranquilos que transmitan calma.
What are you looking for in the agency?
Me parece un lugar chévere, una metodología chévere para conocer más personas, para interactuar con gente de otros países. Me parece interesante la metodología que utiliza la agencia.
What attracts you in a man?
Bueno, si hablamos de prototipo de hombre, pienso que yo voy más del físico, voy por la persona. Voy por un hombre respetuoso, un hombre detallista, un hombre cariñoso, que reconozca el valor que tiene uno como mujer, porque más que buscar un hombre, busco un complemento, una persona que de verdad sea un apoyo, sea un compañero, sea un impulso. Entonces siempre me inclino más como por la parte emocional, por la persona.
How do you show love?
Soy muy entregada, soy muy cariñosa, soy muy respetuosa en una relación.
How would your ideal first date be?
Me gustaría mucho en un lugar natural, en un lugar campestre, algo con naturaleza, con silencio, con tranquilidad.
Do you like to cook? What is your favorite food?
Me gusta cocinar, poco, pero sí cocino y mi comida favorita, no, pues tengo varias, pero me gustan muchísimo las pastas.
Would you be willing to have children?
Sí, uno.
Would you be willing to live abroad with a gentleman?
Sí, si se da la oportunidad, sí.
How would you describe yourself?
Soy una mujer auténtica, o sea, tengo como mi sello muy marcado, soy muy tranquila, soy pasiva, soy muy conversadora, me gusta mucho, como ya lo dije anteriormente, los planes tranquilos, soy muy del hogar, de la casa, poco fiestera. Me gusta mucho estudiar, me gusta mucho todo el tema de aprender, de salir adelante, de luchar por los ideales que uno se proyecta. Sí, soy una mujer muy, como decimos en Medellín, berraca. Si estamos acá en la agencia es para conocer más personas, para de pronto llegar a encontrar ese complemento que muchas personas buscamos y nada, pues la posibilidad de hablar está y nada, ojalá sean solo los que de verdad respeten y vean las cosas de una manera positiva. Bienvenidos a Medellín. Esta es la mejor ciudad del mundo.
With Paula and Geraldine, there are new girls here in Medellin, And we're very excited because, like you see, some of them, like Paulina, she said that she loves a funny guy. And also she spoke a little bit about that she would love to have a first date in dancing. So this is like kind of ideas, different ideas that maybe you can have if you're thinking in have a different kind of date. Not always has to be a coffee, not always has to be a lunch or dinner. Sometimes can be something more fun. And of course, remember, Colombians usually they love to dance. And so I'm seeing a little bit of questions, more questions. I hope to answer a little bit of them tonight. If not, again, for example, organic, I saw a couple of very important questions that you are doing about the legal situation for a foreigner that is thinking of moving here in Colombia. And we have to see this a little bit more carefully because I don't have the whole information to answer all these questions. But of course, it's something that we can talk about it. Maybe it can be also an item that we can bring to a Latin show and talk about that kind of topic, because maybe you are not the first person that is thinking in this. So you're asking if my remote work situation changed, are there job opportunities available in Barranquilla that align with my skill and experience? And I have to say something, organic, that is going to be a little bit realistic for you. And it's like, yes, of course, there can be a lot of opportunities for you, but you have to really improve in your Spanish. Most of the companies here, they are looking for someone that speaks fluent in Spanish. And of course, if you have a native English, that is going to be an extra great plus. I don't know what is your work, what do you do for a living? But something like other of the questions that you have about the economy and what sectors are thriving the local economy is like, for example, the technology is one of the things that is growing and growing every month more and more. And if, for example, you are a software engineer, this is going to be very helpful for you because you are going to even be able to work here in Colombia for a foreigner company and be able to even have a salary in dollars and not in Colombian pesos. So that is like the dream for most of the people here in Colombia, be able to have a salary in dollars and not in Colombian pesos and spend in Colombian pesos. Okay, organic, if there are any expats organizations, and I have to tell you, through Facebook, you are going to be able to see for a lot of expats groups. You only have to search maybe for, I don't know, say something like Americanos in Barranquilla, like Americans in Barranquilla, and groups like that in Facebook. And I'm sure that you are going to be able to see a lot of expats that are living in Barranquilla, or Americanos in Colombia, Americans in Colombia, expats that maybe are living here in Colombia, and they can give you a couple of advices to you. Okay, Charles is saying that he's going to Barranquilla. So Charles, I'm going to see you very soon. Yes, Charles, of course, you can attend. And again, the idea is that you are legally divorced, but if not, if you are in that process and you are honest with your intentions and what you want to really find your future partner, I think that is not going to be any problem. And like I say, be always clear and honest with the girls about your situation. Okay, organic is saying Barranquilla is an awesome city. People are very, very different there, very open mind, humble, like never seen before. That is true. See, guys, our tour is coming in Barranquilla, and someone is telling you really good things about Barranquillan girls. And I'm sure that you are going to be able to see it as well. Okay, I see. An advice from Mark, I guess the best things happen when you are not always looking for it. That is true, and I think that, like I always say, enjoy the moment. Don't stress yourself with nothing. Because when you start with something, you are going to lose the focus of what you really want in your life. Generally saying, is credit card really used in Colombia? Yes, we use credit card here all the time, and you are not going to have any problem, even if you have a bank from other country like Bank of America, or something like that, Santander Bank or something like that. You are going to be able to use your credit card. Okay, Squishy is saying, I choose to date women in Colombia because I cannot find a date where I live. I think that most of the guys, when they came here to Colombia, they came for the same situation because they are not willing to see any specific person, or not specific person, like a person that the person that they are looking for around the area where they live. And that is why they take the decision most of the time to came to Colombia, because they look for people that maybe have certain kind of different mindset. Okay, Gerald is asking, it is better to pay for stuffs in US currency, or should I come with money, more Colombian pesos? Any advice? And Gerald, the answer is like, here in Colombia, of course, somebody's going to be to take your dollars because we love dollars here in Colombia. But if you go to any store, or even if you go to the restaurant and you want to pay with dollars, they are going to ask you for Colombian pesos. And if you want to pay with dollars, they are going to charge you a lot of more, because they are going to take advantage of that. So my advice to you is, when you land in Colombia, don't exchange your money at the airport. Go out of the airport, around the area where maybe you are going to stay, that I guess that is going to be a very touristic area. And around that place has to be exchange house where you are going to be able to exchange your money. But maybe keep a couple of dollars with you, but because here in Colombia, in whatever place you are going to be able to exchange your dollars. But in Colombia, you have to pay with Colombian pesos. We work with Colombian pesos. Also, if you are going to pay with your credit card, and sometimes they ask you if you want to make the transaction in dollars or Colombian pesos, in that kind of case, say in dollars. Because when you say Colombian pesos, I think that your bank make the transaction and they make the exchange rate not very favorable for you. Okay, foreign chat is asking, I'd like to ask about possible marriage with a Colombian woman in the United States. Do you recommend rapid visa agency or some local visa immigration attorney for apply the K1 or K2 fiance visa process? So in that kind of cases, I suggest you to consult with your lawyer. We have a lawyer that help with the K1 or K2 visa. But also I hear for other clients that is very quick when you get married here in Colombia and you start the process to bring the person to United States. That make a little bit more fast the process, because she's already your wife, so they cannot say no to you. What is nice about the K1 and K2 visa is like you have 90 days to take the decision if you really want to marry with her, or if maybe that is not the person that you like to live with. And so in that kind of situation, you can take a better decision. But that is something that you have to see what is going to be the best option for you. Okay, arriving tomorrow. Great. Where are you arriving tomorrow? What specific city? I want to know. I guess that Barranquilla, but I'm not sure. Oh, Mark, don't say that. Please be positive. That is one of the tips and advices that I give to you. Be positive and don't rush nothing. Like sometimes I feel that also you find someone when you give yourself the time to work in yourself. For example, start to go to the gym, start to read books that help you to be a better person, start to work in yourself. And when you start to work in yourself, you're going to see that it's going to be very, very easy to find someone, because in the end, it's like you feel happy with you, and people notice that kind of things. Remember, people notice when you are not, you don't have that confidence, or people notice when you are confident about you. And usually girls, we love a confident guy, and usually it's not even the look. We don't look for a Ken. We look for a guy that it looks nice, that dress well, that treat you well. So working that kind of things, and I'm sure that you're going to have a lot of successful. Okay, guys. I see maybe there are more questions here. Okay, Organic is asking a very important question. I would love to bring my boyfriend and say something about that. What are common challenges faced in long-distance relationship with Colombians, and how can we effectively address and overcome them? Okay, one of the most difficult things is the distance. Is keep that fire on all the time. So one thing that I feel that helps a lot is when even with the distance, you have these special treatments with your girl. For example, one night you send dinner to her, other day maybe you send flowers to them. Doesn't have to be something very, very like big, but it's very nice when even in the distance, you feel that the person is with you, that the person cares for you. So in my case, that is very helpful, because I noticed that even in the distance, my couple pay attention to the fact that I get home tired and I have to make dinner. And he was like, don't make dinner, I will send something to you. Or if maybe I was sick, I will have a box of medicine in my house or my work because I'm sick. So that kind of things are always going to be very, very nice. And also the little details like flowers, like chocolates. We love that as a girls. I think that most of the girls will still love that kind of things. So that help to keep that fire. Also, other things like don't leave yourself one day without any talk with the other person. Trying, even if it was a busy day for you, trying to tell the girl like, okay, today is a busy day, but I'm thinking of you. I hope that you're having a good day as well. And trying to speak with that person at least during the morning and during the evening, during the night, because that is going to make the difference. Trying to have a good conversation. You don't have to speak all the time, but you have to show to the other person that you are there for her. Okay, Eric Lee saying after attending several AFA tours, I was able to make good friends in Medellin and Barranquilla. I now am able to visit Colombia on my own, thanks to AFA. You're welcome, Eric, and it's very nice that you have good friends. And like I say, you don't have to think like the girls are going to be your next couple or your next wife. And maybe sometimes if you don't feel that spark, you can keep that person as a friend. And like Eric is saying right now, that is a nice way to be able to enjoy a place, to enjoy Medellin, Barranquilla, and maybe in the process be able to find someone. Squishy, thank you. Don't judge a book by its cover. Yes, it's like that. We say, no juzgues un libro por su portada. Okay, guys, I think that is everything for tonight. Okay, I see something. What if I fall in love with two of these beautiful ladies? You have to pick one. I always say keep the doors open, but it's not to play with the girls. It's like, okay, give yourself the time to see with what girl you feel more attraction, more connection. But when you feel that attraction, that connection with one of them, stay with one of them. Don't play any games, okay? And okay, guys, again, thank you so much for being here this evening. I hope to see you very, very soon. Some of you, I'm sure that I'm going to see you tomorrow. And it's a pleasure to be here tonight. So have a good night, and I see you in the next webcast. Bye.
Hola, mi nombre es Sonia, tengo 37 años, soy de la ciudad de Medellín,
What do you do for living?
trabajo en el área contable.
What are your hobbies?
Me gusta mucho hacer deporte, salir a caminar, me gusta el cine y compartir en familia.
What kind of movies do you like?
Me gustan las películas de acción y las películas también, la comedia.
Are you family oriented?
Sí, mucho. Comparto mucho en familia, es lo que más hago.
Would you be willing to have children?
Tengo un hijo, tiene 14 años. Sería una posibilidad más adelante si tengo una buena pareja con la que me entienda y también desee tener hijos, sería una posibilidad. Uno más.
Do you like to cook? What is your favorite food?
Sí lo hago muy a menudo, no por el tiempo, pero cuando tengo tiempo sí lo hago. Me gusta la comida italiana.
How would your ideal first date be?
Me gusta conocerte diferentes tipos de comida, entonces me gusta mucho conocer restaurantes, visitar lugares nuevos para mí.
Would you be willing to live abroad with a gentleman?
Sí, estaría dispuesta.
What are you looking for in the agency?
Bueno, en la agencia, pues obviamente busco un compañero para mi vida, para formar un hogar, una familia y un hombre pues que me quiera y que obviamente yo también quiera.
What attracts you in a man?
Bueno, un hombre que sea respetuoso, cariñoso, que sea honesto y pues principalmente que sea un hombre que tenga principios y que me quiera. El amor que exista es.
How do you show love?
Bueno, todo se va dando a medida que se comparte con esa persona. Todo va naciendo de forma espontánea. Entonces, pues como te digo, yo soy una persona muy familiar, que me gusta mucho compartir en familia. Si tengo mi pareja, pues estar tiempo con esa persona, dedicarle como todos esos espacios que se merece.
Where would you have a vacation with your partner?
Bueno, quiero conocer Dubái. Quiero conocer Dubái. Pues tengo una experiencia con una amiga que viajó y pues que he visto también, pues el lugar es hermoso y la cultura me gustaría conocerla.
What are those non-negotiables?
No negociables, la falta de respeto. La falta de respeto no se negocia, pues ya. Y la desconfianza, cuando ya se termina la confianza, ya. No se puede negociar.
How to conquer your heart?
Un hombre tierno, comprensivo, amoroso, detallista, respetuoso, honesto. De esa manera esa persona va ganándose mi corazón poco a poco. Bueno, los invito a que se contacten conmigo si están interesados. Los espero acá en la ciudad de Medellín para que vengan, conozcan la ciudad. De igual manera me conocen a mí, por supuesto. Acá los esperamos. Bye.